What's up, YouTube? Today we're reviewing the 2022 Ford Explorer. Huge thank you to Keon Hunter over at Koons Ford for allowing me to do this review for you guys today. If you're interested in this particular Explorer or any Ford product, I'll have his information on screen as well as in the description box down below. But with that said, let's get into the video. First, let's talk about the exterior and performance. And this particular Explorer is painted in rapid red, and this also has the Sport Appearance Package for $1,795. So what you get with the Sport Appearance Package are these 20-inch 10-spoke gray wheels, as well as a carbonized gray grille right here that you have carbonized gray grille mesh, as well as the bars that go across the grille are also in carbonized gray. LED headlamps, as well as an LED daytime running light, LED fog lamps down here. Take a step back, take a look at it. It's a nice looking vehicle. You also have the Explorer going across the front of the hood right there. Moving down to the bottom of the front bumper, you have a skid plate type front valance, as you can see right here, but they are not skid plates, so don't try to take this thing off-road because this thing is made out of plastic, but that's just what it looks like. Moving on down, like I said, carbonized gray 20-inch wheels. You also have carbonized gray body cladding at the bottom of the doors on both sides. You also get black mirror caps. You have a black A-pillar right here. These mirrors are heated, and as you can see, you got your blind spot monitoring in there, and you also have a puddle light at the bottom of them as well. Moving to the top of the vehicle, your roof rails are in black, which looks very, very good with these carbonized gray wheels on that rapid red with all these black elements. I think they all come together to make this thing look very, very sporty. Moving to right here, got a capless fuel filler right in there. Closing that, moving to the rear. And also with the Sport Appearance Package is that you get this trim piece right here, also in carbonized gray. Moving down here, you also have a carbonized gray rear valance. That is your class 4 tow package right there. You're able to pull 5,300 pounds. Here are your lighting options right there. Also with that Sport Appearance Package, you get this chrome dual exhaust. But what's funny about the dual exhaust is, as you can see, the outlet for the exhaust is actually down here, which is kind of funny. But take a step back, let's look at the rear. You have LED tail lamps, as you can see. You also have your sensors at the bottom of the bumper as well. Reflectors both here and on this side as well. This is an XLT. Here is your reverse camera right there. So you got a 4-wheel drive badge back here, your XLT badge back here, as well as your Ford badge. Take a look at the rear. Obviously, you got your rear windshield wiper blade right here. Moving on down, you got your black D-pillar. So you got black right here as well as black over here as well. And like I said, that just adds to the sporty appearance of this Explorer. Moving on down, let's do a 3/4 angle right here of the vehicle. Again, you got those black mirror caps and the black A-pillar right there. But let's move into performance. Opening up the hood reveals that 2.3 liter 4-cylinder that makes 300 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque. That goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission to all 4 wheels. This is an all-wheel drive vehicle, and with that all-wheel drive system, you can do 0 to 60 in 6.8 seconds. However, with the Explorer, there are 3 different engine options that you can get, but they're dependent on trim. The King Ranch, Platinum, and ST all get a 3-liter twin-turbo V6 that makes 400 horsepower, or if you get the Limited or the Platinum, you can get a 3.3 liter V6 hybrid that makes 318 horsepower. But like I said, that's only available on the Limited and Platinum trims of the Explorer. But this particular Explorer, like I said, has the 2.3 liter EcoBoost, and with that 2.3 liter EcoBoost, you're able to achieve 20 miles per gallon city and 26 miles per gallon highway with all-wheel drive. Or if you get the rear-wheel drive version of the Explorer, you're able to achieve 21 miles per gallon city and 28 miles per gallon highway. And all-wheel drive is a $2,000 option. Like I said, out at the back, this has the Class 4 tow package, and with the Class 4 tow package and the 2.3 liter V6, you're able to have a max tow capacity of 5,300 pounds. But closing this hood, you do have a little stick that holds the hood up, so it's not a self-holding hood. So if you guys are wondering about that, you do have that little stick to hold the hood up. But closing that hood, there's one quick thing that I wanted to mention before we moved into the interior of the vehicle, and that pertains to tire size. These are a 255/55 R20 square stance, so same size tires all around. But that's just something I wanted to mention before we moved into the interior. But all you got to do to open up the interior is have your key fob in the pocket, stick your hand behind the door, and you can see the vehicle unlocks, and you can do that from all 4 doors. So you got a touchpad behind all 4 doors to unlock the vehicle, and you can also lock the vehicle by pushing this little lock button right here. And I'm not sure if you could hear that little lock, but it did lock. As you can see, vehicle is locked. Like I said, all you got to do, key fob in the pocket, put your hand behind here, vehicle unlocks. Or if you lock your keys in the vehicle on purpose or on accident, you got this keypad right here, type in your code, and you can unlock the vehicle by doing that, or you could lock the vehicle by doing that. All you got to do is do this. The vehicle locks, as you can see. Type in your PIN again and it'll open up. But like I said, keyless access. Opening up the interior, this interior color is called Ebony on Light Slate. So this is the light slate interior color, and this is the ebony color. I really think that both those two colors in collaboration with each other just look very, very sporty. You got nice touch points on the top. This is a soft touch vinyl type material, but right here you have that very soft light slate leather and a very comfortable padded armrest right here for those long road trips. As you can see, you got some gray accent stitching that separates basically these 2 leather pieces on top and on the bottom here. And like I said, that just looks very sporty, and it also just feels very comfortable, and it feels like a very premium feeling soft leather. So definitely a fan of that. Got a nice gray door handle right here, as well as your unlock and lock button right there. You also have this gray trim piece that goes around your door handle, unlock and lock button, as well as your speaker right in there. But moving over to here, you only have automatic up and down front windows. So in the rear, you do not have automatic up or down, but you can lock those rear windows by pushing this button right here, and you'll get a little light that'll illuminate right here in this corner of that button. Right here, you have a grab handle that you can reach all the way through, as you can see. So that's definitely nice to have. Again, you got your speaker right here and a little bit of door space down in here for storage. If you want to put like hand sanitizer, gloves, hand warmers, whatever you want to put down at the bottom of this, you can do so, as well as you have a cup holder right here for like a smart water bottle. You can definitely fit one of those tall water bottles down in there. Definitely no problem fitting a Deer Park water bottle in there. But like I said, ebony light slate interior. These seats are very soft feeling, like that leather feels super premium. And also just very padded. These are some of the most comfortable seats that I've sat in any vehicle, and I'm not exaggerating that by any means. These seats are very, very, very comfortable. So let's step in and sit in these very comfortable seats. It feels like, honestly, it feels like I'm sitting on a cloud. So if you guys are doing a lot of road trips or a lot of driving, you got kids, stuff like that, and you just want to be super comfortable as the driver, you definitely want to go look at the Explorer, because like I said, these are some of the most comfortable seats that I've sat in. And I've said this in pretty much every video that I've done with any Ford product. Ford has some of the most comfortable seats, period, out of any manufacturer. So that's definitely just something that I've noticed. Like, really, like, these seats are just super comfortable. It's like sitting on a cloud. But moving over to here, this is your power lift gate button right there. So push that button, the power lift gate will open up. As you can see, you pull twice on this and that releases your hood. You can see the pedals down there. This is a manual tilting and telescoping steering wheel that is leather wrapped. Moving over to here, you can turn on your headlamps. As you can see, this is on headlamps. This is automatic headlamps. This is to turn on your daytime running lights. And if you just want your lights off, you can do that. Turning it back onto auto, if you push that button right there, your fog lamps come on. This is for your gauge cluster, so you can either brighten it by pushing this button or dim it by pushing that button right there. Closing up the vehicle, even though it's super nice outside, all you got to do to start the vehicle, key fob in the pocket or somewhere within the vehicle, foot on the brake, and push this button right here. This interior just right here is just very, very ergonomical. Definitely a very ergonomical start button right here. And you know, it's kind of strange because you don't see start buttons kind of positioned like that. Normally they're just like right here, but it's just super easy. You just put your hand right over here, push the start button, and it's just a very nice start button to press. And I know that's kind of strange to say, but it's true. But you have a 6.5 inch LCD screen right here that shows you all your different alerts. As you can see, this thing is low on gas, but you have an analog RPM gauge, analog speedometer right there. As you can see at the bottom right hand corner down here, you've got your fuel gauge. And if you look at the little gas pump right there, it points to the left, which means that your capless filler is on the left side of the vehicle. So it'll be on this side of the vehicle to fill up. And as you can see, you got your coolant temperature right down here as well. And you got your park, reverse, neutral, drive, and low right at the bottom of your LCD screen. And to shift in between gears to go into reverse, you got this little dial right here. So twist it to the right, you go into reverse. As you can see, you got your backup camera as well as your backup sensors right over there. To go into neutral, twist it again to the right. Now you're in neutral, twist it again to the right, and you're in drive. It's barking at me because I don't have my seatbelt on, so I'm gonna put it back into park. And I also have a door open, that's also why it's yelling at me. Vehicle is on, yes, I know, I'm aware. But like I said, you got your LCD screen right here. This is your adaptive cruise control stuff, lane centering, stuff like that. You got those buttons right here. Obviously, you can see you can lower the volume, raise the volume, as well as mute the stereo right there by the push of that button. To speak to the vehicle, you push that button right there. That's voice assistant, as well as to go back on a song, to go forward on a song, or to pick up a phone call or decline a phone call. These buttons right here control that LCD screen, so you can go through right here, press OK. You can go through your different settings, stuff like that. But let's go back. And you can go through, you know, basically tire pressure. You got your trip information, fuel economy, stuff like that. As you can see, the music that I'm listening to. Press the menu button right here, and you got your different settings. You got your phone information, navigation information. We can bring up the audio if we desire, so you can switch in between different stuff right here, Pandora, stuff like that. This particular vehicle does have a Wi-Fi hotspot. You can go into your different select screens. You can show what you want to show on your screen settings. So if you guys want your intelligent four-wheel drive to show when you go up and down on your home screen, you can do that. So you basically can configure the screen the way you want to, which is really nice. As you can see, it shows that we're low on fuel right there. It shows that the door is open. So really nice LCD screen. You can also see our fuel range down there and the odometer right over there. This one's got 12 miles on it. Ambient exterior temperature, as well as a compass right there. That is your lane keep assistant right there, letting you know that hey, we're ready to go. It turns green once it knows you're in the lane. It'll keep you within the lane. What's nice about this XLT Explorer is that when you open this up, you do have these lights on the sides of the mirror. But what's funny is that if you go into like an F-150 or an F-250 or any Super Duty truck and you get an XLT, you do not have lights on the mirror right there. So that's just something interesting that I thought I would note. You also have the lights on that side, obviously, as well. If you guys want to put your registration or stuff like that, any paper, business cards, you can slip that right under that little holder right there, and it'll hold your paper. You got your mic for your Bluetooth phone right there. Opening this up, you got a place to put your sunglasses. This controls your shade right there. So if you guys want your shade closed, you can close that, but let's leave it open because it's a beautiful day. If you want your panoramic sunroof open, you push that button right there and the panoramic sunroof opens just like that. If you guys like that panoramic sunroof, that panoramic roof will run you $1,695, but it's definitely a nice feature to have. If you guys like sunroofs, you got your wind buffeter right there. You can also tilt the moonroof as well by doing this. You can see it's tilted just like that, but let's close that. And as you can see, it's closed. You got your 8-inch infotainment screen right here. If you guys want to upgrade to the bigger vertically mounted screen, you're gonna have to step up to a higher end trim level, but this thing will do just fine. You got all your different phone settings, you got your navigation stuff, audio information, stuff like that. If you guys want Apple CarPlay, you do have to plug it in. This is a Sync 3 system. So yeah, you got to plug in for Apple CarPlay, plug in for Android Auto. You cannot do wireless Android Auto. Not a big deal because you still have it nonetheless, which is awesome. As you can see, we got a little screen right here because this vehicle is brand new, basically fresh off the truck. So we are not going to peel that back. But moving down to here, you got a nice little storage space. You can put your phone in there if you so desire. However, I found a really nice phone place to set your phone down if you guys want. So you can set that phone down right there on a long road trip or just driving from day to day. And it's just the perfect place to set a phone down. So I really like how Ford integrated that into the center console of this Explorer. I think that's really nice. I hope more manufacturers take notes and put a spot where you can set your phone down so it's like that, so you can see kind of what's going on. Obviously you don't look at your phone while you're driving, but it's still nice to have that little spot to set your phone down in there. You got a USB-A port as well as a USB-C port right here. You also have a 12-volt outlet down here and just a little bit more storage space. It's actually pretty deep down in there. As you can see, I can fit basically my whole Dasani water bottle down in there. No problem. It also fits like that. So good amount of storage space down in there. Talking about my Dasani water bottle, you got 2 cup holders right here, and like I mentioned, you can also put your cup right there if you so desire. I would put a water bottle probably only in there, or you can put a cup in there too, but take that out, set that right there. I left the door open. Let's close it. Like I said, you have a dial to shift between gears, push to go into low. You got your electronic parking brake right here. All you got to do is pull up on it and your electronic parking brake comes on. Push down to disengage it. This is for auto hold, so if you're stuck in traffic and you don't feel like holding the brake, you get a little tired of it, stuff like that, you're not really moving, you're stuck on I-95 or something like that, you can push that and it'll hold your vehicle in place. And to release it, all you gotta do is push on the gas pedal. But if you guys want to keep doing that to make sure it keeps auto holding, all you gotta do is when you're messing with the brake, you can actually come to a complete stop without having auto hold come on. However, if you want auto hold to come on after you stopped, you just got to push the brake pedal just a little bit farther down than you normally would, and then it'll hold the vehicle in place. So that's just something I wanted to note. Obviously, you also have your drive mode selector right here, which brings up your different drive modes right here. So twisting it to the left, you got slippery, you got trail, as well as deep snow and sand. Will move back past normal. You got eco, sport, as well as your tow haul mode, but we'll leave it into normal. But I really think it's pretty cool how it shows you those different graphics dependent on your different drive modes. So that's awesome. Right here you got your traction control button, as you can see right there, traction control off. Push that again, and then this is hill descent control right here. By pushing that, you guys see hill descent control is ready. But like I said, 2 cup holders right here. Opening this up reveals a little space where I think this would normally be a wireless charging pad on like one of the higher end trim levels, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But it's definitely a nice place that you can set your phone down in there if you desire to do so. So a bunch of different places you can set your phone down in this particular Explorer. You can put like pennies or quarters, whatever you want to put in here, business cards, stuff like that. Little divider that you can remove. You get your 12-volt outlet down in there. And also, this is also a pretty deep storage space. It's about 3/4 of my forearm. So if we put the Dasani water bottle down in there, it shows you just what's down in there, how much room, how much space. And if you guys see this right here, I'm not sure if the camera will pick it up. As you can see, like right there, there's a little space where you can, like, I don't know, hold quarters or, you know, something small, but it's like a nice little shelf kind of thing down in there. So that's pretty cool. We'll take my water bottle out, put the divider back in, close that. Talk about the glove box over here. Plenty of storage space in the glove box for your napkins, owner's manual, stuff like that, straws, anything you want to put in there. It's a good amount of space in there. You got a little storage space right here on the passenger side as well. And moving over to here, you got your volume knob right here, as well as your tuning knob right over there. The actuation of the volume knob is very nice. It feels very premium. It feels like it's like a heavy kind of piece of metal that's like this metal piece around it. So it feels very premium for this vehicle. To go back on a song, to go forward on a song, you got these 2 buttons right here. You got your hazard button right there. By pushing that, you got heated seats only in the front, so you do not have ventilated seats, as you can see obviously on both sides. You also have a heated steering wheel by the press of that button as well. This is like a piano black type material for your climate stack right here. Obviously, to go up on the temperature, you do that. To go down on the temperature, you do that. We'll leave that off. And obviously it's the same thing on this side. You got your fan speed right here. This is a tri-zone climate control system, so this person can have their own temperature setting, this person can have their own temperature setting, then the people in the back can also have their own temperature setting by this thing right here. But we'll get to that when we move into the rear here real quick. You do not have an auto dimming rear view mirror, so this is just like your standard rear view mirror right there. But there are a few things that I wanted to mention before we moved into the rear. And this particular Explorer has the $995 Ford Copilot 360, and what you get with the Ford Copilot 360 is blind spot monitoring, adaptive cruise control with stop and go. You also get lane keep assist, automatic emergency braking, and automatic high beams, which is really nice at night. Definitely a big fan of auto high beams. If you guys have never used them, they really make it a lot easier to drive at night. Even though it's not very hard to turn your high beams on and off, it's definitely just a nice feature to have if you guys have never had that before. So definitely look into that. And another thing that I wanted to mention is that you get a $50 credit for not having auto stop start. So even though it's only $50, it's definitely nice to have, because I'm personally not a fan of auto stop start. I think it's just a little bit clunky on pretty much any vehicle, and it almost like feels like it's not safe. So it's definitely nice that you get a $50 credit for that. But with that said, we've talked about the exterior, we've talked about the performance, we've talked about what's going on up here in the front. So let's move into the rear, and we'll talk about kind of what's going on back there. So let's step out and step into the rear. Obviously, you got your privacy glass for your rear passengers. Stepping in, like I said, you got your ebony right here, as well as your light slate leather right here. Basically the same as the front. You got that nice comfortable armrest right here. Same kind of grab handle for your door right there. Like I said, you do not have automatic up or down windows. Not a big deal. But stepping in, let's talk about this door panel here real quick. You got a cup holder right here, which is awesome. I'm a big fan of the cup holders that are integrated into the door like this. So definitely like that. You also have another cup holder down here, as well as a little bit more storage space right here, or you could use this as storage space as well. But you got a speaker right here. But that being said, you got two seat back pockets right here. So if you guys want to store whatever you want to store, like papers, folders, stuff like that, you can do so. Like I said, tri-zone climate control, so you got your climate control settings right here. You can turn it on or off by the push of this button, or heat or cool by the adjustment of that dial right there. Turn that off. You can turn this towards your face, or you can turn it towards your feet. Opening this up, you have again another USB-A, another USB-C port right there, as well as your 12-volt outlet right over here. But one thing you might overlook is that you pull this down and you got two more cup holders down here. And I think these cup holders would probably only fit like a Deer Park water bottle, or any like 16-ounce water bottle. So just, this is more like a water bottle storage, not really a cup holder storage. But closing that, these captain's chairs have armrests both right here as well as over here. And these second row seats are still very, very comfortable. However, the front row seats are definitely the most comfortable seats in the vehicle. They're super padded. Like I said, it's like sitting on a cloud. These are a little more firm, but still, nonetheless, still a very, very comfortable seat. But you get your grab handle right here, HVAC vent right here. So if you want it open, you can do it like that. If you want it closed, do it like that. You got your lights right here, as well as if you want to hang up a suit in here, you can do so. Like I said, you get your grab handle right there. But let's move into the third row, and I'll show you guys exactly how comfortable this third row is. I know the GoPro's not too good in the dark, so I'm not sure how well you're going to be able to see what's going on right now. But you know, these third row seats sit a little bit lower than they do in the second row. That's because like the floor gets a little bit higher, as you can see right here. So definitely, like, I'm 5'9". I got a little bit of knee room right here. Leg room, not the greatest, but I could definitely still do probably a couple-hour road trip back here in the third row. So this, I would say the third row is more for like little kids or smaller people, like 5'6", probably no problem. Maybe 5'2", no problem. But you got a cup holder here on this side, as well as a little bit of storage space over here. You also have a cup holder on this side as well, and a little bit of storage space down in here. Obviously, you got your seat belts right here, as well as your seat belts over here. This is a 6-passenger vehicle, so you do not have a middle seat here in the middle right here. But you got your HVAC vents up here, HVAC vent over here, and you got your LED lights up here to turn on or off, just like that. We've talked about the exterior, we've talked about the performance, and now we've talked about the interior. So I want to see what this thing's like to drive. So I will see you guys in the driver's seat. And now onto the driving portion of the review. And I really like the way that this thing just feels, the way that it drives, the way that it brakes. just an overall really nice feeling vehicle. First thing I wanted to mention was that 2.3 liter 4-cylinder. It's got plenty of power. Unless you guys are like super addicted to power, kind of like I am, then I really don't think that you're gonna need to spring for like the 3 liter twin turbo V6 that makes that 400 horsepower. Like I said, unless you guys really want that kind of power, which personally I really like that kind of horsepower, but the reality is this thing's plenty quick, and I honestly don't think that you need any more horsepower than what you got with this 2.3 liter 4-cylinder. But you know, this thing just rides super smooth. Like I said, the brakes are fantastic. It brakes on a dime, which is pretty astounding for considering the size of the vehicle. It's just got really nice brakes, very responsive, and you really don't have to put your foot that far into the brake pedal to get them to respond, which is really nice, because even in some new vehicles, you really gotta like bury your foot down into the brake pedal to get them to slow down, which personally I'm not a fan of. I like when brakes are like kind of moderate. They're not like super easy to push, but they're not also super firm to push. So this thing's got the brake pedal down packed. It's awesome. Just the 9-3 grip that you have on this leather steering wheel is awesome. You got like a place to set your fingertips, so you wrap your thumbs around the 9-3 grip, but then there's also a place to set your fingertips, like I was mentioning back in there. There's like a little kind of like groove that's just perfect to set your fingertips. So if you guys are doing some sporty driving with your XLT, you got a really nice grip around the steering wheel. But just like I said, the interior is just super ergonomical. I find myself using, while I'm driving here, I use that phone slot that I was talking to you guys about a lot. Definitely a really nice place to set your phone down when you're driving. It's super easy to grab your phone. You got a phone call coming in, or you want to respond to something, you just grab your phone right there. It's super easy to grab your phone. It's really nice. And another thing that I wanted to mention was, like I said, just how comfortable that these seats are. These seats are so comfortable. So definitely a big fan of these seats, and just of Ford seats in general. Like I was mentioning, they're just super comfortable. You know, you got this armrest right here on your center console, and as well as the armrest right here on the door. So if you guys sit higher up, like if you're short or something and you guys sit higher up in the vehicle, it's going to be harder for you guys to get comfortable, because the higher that you go, obviously the lower that these armrests get, and they're not adjustable up or down. So I found myself, I kind of lowered myself into the vehicle, lowered the seat, and I found a very comfortable driving position to where I can set my arm on this armrest as well as this armrest and drive from both. Obviously I got the steering wheel set all the way out as far as it could go, and then I adjusted it down to my super comfortable position that I got right here. So yeah, like I said, just a very comfortable driving position. It just rides super smooth, and it's also very quiet in here, so very well insulated from what's going on outside. But one thing I wanted to mention also is that the suspension just soaks up bumps very well. You can also feel when you're going around a turn or something, there's very minimal body roll. I just got an alert saying we're low on fuel, but you know, like I said, you get great fuel economy with this. I haven't really gone very far, and it was still low on gas when I got it, but really I haven't burned that much fuel, all things considered. Another thing I wanted to mention was I really like how on this mirror thing right here, you got your 2 lights. Like I said, on the trucks that Ford makes, they do not give you those 2 lights for your vanity light, so that's definitely a really nice thing. Just the overall feel, like I said, of this interior, it's just really nice, especially like on a long road trip. You know, especially these 4 passengers right here, obviously the driver, the passenger, and then these 2 seats right here, super comfortable. Definitely could do a very long road trip in one of these. You got tons and tons of storage space. You got the storage space under that 8-inch infotainment system. You got the storage space in the door pockets. You got the center console, just plenty of storage space. But a couple things that I wanted to mention before we ended today's video is just the interior feel. Like I said, for the 3rd time, is very nice. I feel like all the interior fit and finish is also very good. You know, when you press against things, it doesn't feel cheap. You know, you don't really get much of that plasticky cheap noise that you do find in some other cheaper vehicles. So this vehicle has pretty much got all the safety features that you would want on a vehicle like this. You know, you got your forward sensors, you got your rear sensors, you also have got your blind spot monitoring, you got your moonroof, stuff like that. So this thing's just a really good value for the price. Like I said, you get leather interior, leather wrapped steering wheel, blind spot monitoring, monitoring. You get that really stout motor. You know, it's not like the 3-liter twin turbo V6, so it's not going to pull that hard, but you know, for the average person, more than enough power. And like I said, it's got great fuel economy. 20 miles per gallon city, 26 miles per gallon highway with 22 miles per gallon combined. So very good miles per gallon, especially for a vehicle of its size. But if you guys enjoyed today's video, please give this video a big thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button. Like I said, I'm really gunning for 10,000 subscribers, so I'd really appreciate it if you guys would hit that subscribe button. If you guys know anybody who wants a Ford Explorer and you know that they are looking for a review video, please send them this video. But with that said, I will see you guys in the next review. Peace.